I'm Zach. Hunting, fishing, outdoor adventure and exploration, they run in my blood. I am deeply driven. This time of year, there's all sorts of eagles in the trees on the riverbank. They stack up here in February. Hey, this is Zach with Deeply Driven Outdoors. Today, I'm going to try and get a walleye on the river. It is still February. It's still pretty nippy, but it's supposed to get up to about 50, 53 today, something like that. And cabin fever's bad, so coming out to the river, water's open. I'm gonna see if I can get into a walleye or even a wiper, just something. Throw a few jigs for a little bit. I'm gonna try it again tomorrow as well. So, see what happens here. And my first choice where I'd like to be would be along this gravel bar. But I don't think I can cast out there and I don't have the boat because the water right by the bank is really fast. So I might walk downstream some. I think that's in wood, not rocks. Oh, I get it? Or did it break? It broke. I'll retie with a pink. Well, now I'm snagged again. And I lost that one too. So, lost yet another jig. It's alright. I don't use pink jigs that much, that's why I try them in the river. See if they work. If they work, then great. And if they don't, and I lose them, then oh well. I noticed I was hitting bottom pretty quick with that size jig that I had on, so I'm downsizing to, I think that's 1/8 of an ounce. I've got a little, I think it's 2.5 inch Gulp Alive minnow. Gulp Alive is one of those things that, like, it could be gimmicky, but I found it to not be. I've fished it side by side, at least with the minnows. I never caught anything on the night crawlers or the leeches, but I fished it side by side with real minnows, and it's, I mean, in that test it was step for step for the most part. This is actually my first video with the GoPro Hero 7 live action video anyway, and I'm hoping that it's all turning out well. So I'm filming almost everything on this and pretty excited to check this out. I'm thinking this camera's gonna make a big difference for me this year if everything goes as planned. So I also don't do much rod and reel fishing on the channel, and hopefully I'm getting to turn that around a little bit. Well, I just lost another jig, so that's good. You know, I rarely fish in February, so I kind of mitigate my expectations on it a little bit. It's mainly just to get out to get rid of the cabin fever a little bit, you know. So the water on the river's open, so that's why I'm here. I don't do a lot of like tossing jigs on the river. A lot of times I'll do that in lakes, you know, go and do some jigging and stuff like that, but I do a little bit. Relatively nominal success on that. So I hope I'm making this video interesting enough. Like I said, I'm new to doing the rod and reel videos, and I need to do a lot more because I rod and reel fish a lot. Just never really figured out how to film them. So this video might be relatively uneventful, though I will probably put tomorrow's outing on it as well, just to do a little 2-for-1 there. So if you're wondering what kind of a rod and reel I'm using, I've got a 6.5-foot medium light Shields tournament series, which I like for walleye. It's pretty sensitive. It's IM8 graphite. And then my reel is also Shields brand. They've got a decent guarantee. It is the Shields Pro Classic 2000 FA, and that's got 6-pound tests on it, which I kind of like that lighter action for walleye because they don't bite that hard. They can be finicky, picky fish, so I don't give them anything that's real sturdy, you know, unlike catfish or pike. For this river, this water is super clear. There's like a tree or something under the water right here, so I'm gonna risk another jig. See if I can jig that structure a little bit. All right, so I have been at this for, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. I just keep losing jigs, which is getting a little frustrating. I don't think I've had much in the way of bites. You know, it is like noon, so it's not exactly prime time. It'd be better to come out in the evening, which I might do tomorrow. I was thinking about doing like this time again tomorrow, but I might just try and go in the evening. So I'm gonna go up river some, so I'm near a spillway. I know that kind of gives away my position, but it's not like you're sitting here watching me catch fish, so I'm near a spillway. I'm wondering if the closer you get to the spillway, the less things have had an opportunity to wash down, like things that I'm getting snagged on. So I may go up there, but I kind of want to check the water speed, just see if it's real crazy or not. I've walked a couple hundred yards upriver here, the other side of the gravel bar. See if this is any different. Trying to decide if that was a fish bite or not. Well, the lure just hit bottom. It's bottom. Okay, it is Sunday, and I kind of left off that last little bit abruptly, but new day. Did not catch anything on Saturday. I'm at the same spot. It is warmer, and there are a lot more people here today. So it's kind of a zoo at the moment. But I'm going to try a little further upstream than where I was at yesterday. Just going to try this obscure orange swim shad that's been hanging out in my Gulp Alive container for years. I always overlook it, but watch, I'll probably catch a 27-inch walleye on it. Caught in a rock, I think. I hope it's a rock, not a tree. May not have been so lucky. Most of the time I can get the hook out of a rock because the hook don't sink into it, but this is probably not a rock. Well, one thing's the same as yesterday, and that is I'm still losing jigs. So when you're out on the river and you're doing this kind of fishing, are you jigging or throwing jigs or maybe throwing crankbaits from shore? I wonder what's common for, like, how many lures do you use per fish? Because I feel like I'm losing an awful lot of jigs, which I don't mind. Jigs are cheap, that's why I use those over crankbaits most of the time. But I'm just curious what the normal ratio is. So let me know in a comment down below for sure. I'm gonna move upriver just a little bit. So I think I'm gonna downsize my jig. I just lost yet another one. I've lost like probably 8 or 9 jigs this weekend. I'm gonna have to go buy some more. So this is, I think this is 1/8 of an ounce. And I don't have too many of these. I definitely need to go jig shopping. But my jigs were hitting the bottom real fast. And this time of year when it's cold, I want to kind of downsize anyway. And I'm wondering if that had anything to do with this, getting all those snags. It's just jigs hitting the bottom so fast and getting caught up in stuff. So give that a try. With a little chartreuse twister on there too. I can't say my Gulp Alive was catching them, so we'll see if this chartreuse twister on the downsized jig head produces better results. I feel like I probably should have just come out here in the evening like I had thought about, but then I didn't. Right up there where the concrete blocks the currents where I'd like to be, but there's a good amount of fishing rods there. Well, I think that's gonna about do it for this weekend of fishing. Did get to get out and just, you know, break the cabin fever some. I don't even think I got a bite this weekend. I lost a lot of jigs, but that's okay. I'll buy some more. I didn't even see anyone else catch a fish like this whole weekend.
you know, and today's been busy down here, so either they're just, it's the wrong time of day, or they're not liking what anyone's throwing, you know, I don't know. So it's, like I said, February's tough. February's tough. When the water warms up, something's gonna get a little bit better. Anyway, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Give me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know how many jigs you usually lose when you go out on the river. Curious to know if I'm losing an abnormal amount or a normal amount. So anyway, we'll catch you next time.